Hey everybody, Brandon Jones here. I got my friend Kyle Bossman.
And everyone else who wanted to talk about Pokemon.
That's not fair. Damiani wants to talk about Pokemon.
Okay,
Damiani's in
all
the
right.
next room. He might chime in.
Great.
Damiani watched me play Pokemon Sword and Shield. I don't know what version I was playing actually. And pointed out how to solve puzzles. Told me what Pokemon to pick.
There were puzzles?
Well, it was a gym.
Cool.
I went through the gym. So yeah,
Cool.
so there was a light puzzles, but because we were going through the demo so fast, I was like, okay, hit the red thing and then right, and then my brain just stopped. And I was like, I'm actually don't know where to go. And like everyone's looking at me, like two PR reps, Bloods like over one shoulder, Damian is over the other shoulder. But yeah, so it's my friend Kyle here, and Kyle, we connect over a lot of things, but I think we have a very special Pokemon relationship. I actually, he's
He's in the room,
Oh, he's in.
baby. Let's
He's
talk
in.
Pokemon.
Why'd you acknowledge that? Damn, unprofessionals. I'm disappointed in both of you. I was just gonna walk on here being like all
nothing
serious.
happened?
Jones is usually like on me like Damiani, talking to the mic. Damiani, just do this. And first time I'm like, I'm just gonna walk in here, not make a bit of it, just gonna be serious. Call me. I'm so disappointed.
All right,
Headphones on. I'm just put headphones on. I'm putting headphones on.
Let's do it.
Was that a good bit?
You're not going to out-professionalize me.
To bring it back to a professional state, Damian, to be as honest and transparent as possible, was it rough watching me demo this?
No.
No?
Why?
You enjoyed it?
Because he was being bad at the puzzles.
I didn't know what
Oh, you
Pokemon
mean
to pick.
No,
I didn't,
no, absolutely not.
Okay.
No, not at all.
Is the gym, that was it? The entire
yeah.
demo
So
was
yeah,
the gym?
I went through, did the puzzle of the gym, and then fought the names I'm not going to have. We have all the new Pokemon
Nessa.
right here. Nessa, okay.
The
so
new
the
gym
new,
leader,
the new one was
Nessa,
announced.
Okay.
who already is. Everyone is now calling self-proclaiming the new queen
Sure.
of Pokemon trainers.
Excellent,
Or leaders. Sorry.
She's
yeah.
replaced Cynthia.
She has a lot of attitude.
Yes.
I like when my character had a female trainer, and I like when she walked in the arena. She looked serious. She had her game face on.
You look like a little child next to her.
Yeah. But I took her. Damn.
So, I mean, are you getting a badge?
Yes.
Oh, that's
and
something.
the badge
different,
was
Kyle.
interesting.
Okay, this is what I
So
need to know.
it's
Give me some context
this
here.
ring appears. This like gold ring appears on the screen.
Okay.
And then like a jigsaw, not jigsaw piece, but like a little piece of like almost like a puzzle. Like it was. What was
Yeah.
it, Jones? One part of something that looked like maybe more than 8 parts fit. Like it was part of the circle.
Yeah. The first part.
It looked like it was gonna make up an image of something.
So instead of getting 8 badges,
Yes.
I'm like collecting pieces to a pendant.
yes,
pretty
something like
much,
that.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
And they mentioned that everything was auto set to level 50, and so even though this is the second gym that we've seen, it's not necessarily indicative that this is the second gym in the game.
Your Pokemon have some good moves.
Did some fun stuff. Again, I'm not going to come at you with move names.
Okay.
I'm sorry. We captured some stuff from the Nintendo event
They were
that we're going to
all-
try to roll tonight, but
Basic moves you've seen before, Kyle.
Okay.
there was a lot of you do damage but get recoil. There was a lot of that. The bird
Takedown.
The
Well, it wasn't
Corviknight.
takedown.
Corviknight had not
That was a
takedown
new move.
specifically, but their
It was
abilities
like
were described that way.
It looked like a dive bomb move where it like looked like it became like engulfed in flames or something. It looked like a phoenix almost, like dives down, like nosedive maybe was what it was called or something. And yeah, it took recoil damage, Kyle.
Wait, was it Brave Bird?
Brave Bird, there you go.
Okay, Brave Bird's old, but yeah, that's cool.
No,
Okay.
there's another one. He had 2.
So glad Damiani's here.
Sarah B's got 4 moves for it right now.
Okay.
Brave Bird.
I'm just gonna do
Swagger,
color commentary
Drill
basically.
Peck, Steel Wing. So maybe this is a new move at the E3 demo.
Steel Wing was the only ability that the PR rep to my left explicitly said. I think it was the last
They're
one that
like,
I did.
Steel Wing.
He didn't even say it was literally like it was just like Steel Wing, and I'm like, oh okay, all right, okay, because that finished the end battle.
I'm
the-
sorry.
the-
way back.
the gym leader battle.
This gym is the one. I've seen images of it, but we should explain it to everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
This is the Pipes gym.
Yes, it's water
Yeah.
Pokemon, which is again weird. They didn't go into specifics, but I think they tailored this gym to just kind of be like an introduction to gyms in this game. I don't get the vibe that this is the way this gym's gonna
So
play.
you think this is the
in
first
actual
gym,
game.
despite them telling us we made them everything level 50, so you can't guess where this takes place in the game?
No idea. Because like
huh.
there was a guy at the entrance. It's like, come back to me if you want to have your Pokemon healed, and like I would be surprised if every gym says that.
Yeah.
It's just kind of remember gyms, like I definitely got that vibe. And there was nothing about like the story or anything. It was just straight gym battle, flip switch, flip switch, flip switch.
One of
gym leader
the
fight.
one of the you were disappointed in one of those trainers, Jones. There's basically a Huber trainer. who says, "I don't care if I win or lose. I just want to use the move that like looks cool or something. Like I just want to use this one move because I love this move and I'm going to use it."
I was like,
And
come
Jones
on,
like,
Did they?
I want these trainers to be out for blood. I don't think they specifically said what
They
the
don't say what
was.
move
They
it
just-
was.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately,
Because that'd be interesting if they actually have individual AI,
Right.
Instead of just being smart or dumb, like they actually have things that they like to do.
yeah.
And one Pokemon per person that I challenged in the actual gym, which
This is
that's
an early
odd,
gym.
right?
It's
That's
probably-
so early.
I
Yeah.
think it was the demo. I think they just
Okay.
they had
Even in
something
like the
pretty
first
easy.
gym that I did in like Sun and Moon, I don't think like each had one. Like
Right.
they might one might have had like two or maybe
Yeah.
even
We're
three.
talking, like,
that's
Pewter
The
odd.
City
only
gym right
ones
here,
that have
yeah.
one each of the annoying ones, which have
Right.
like 10 trainers you could potentially fight. Like, what was the one gym you just go down a line? It was like all the martial arts people. This had like one like Machamp or something or Machoke, and that was like it. I was like, it's the same fight over and over against 8 of you. Okay, real cool.
It was a dojo, but still a gym
It was going
nonetheless.
for it was going for theme.
Yes.
At that point, yeah.
But the again, the puzzles were tricky enough that I got through about 60% of it, pretty cozily, and then at the end, like again, my brain just shut down, and Damiani helped me through. But it was, your classic red switch, blue switch, gold switch, or yellow switch, and then you have to like flip one back on to get into a new area to hit that switch, and then go back and then flip that back off so you can go backwards.
I'm gonna make a rude statement right now, Jones.
Yeah.
You got sick of that puzzle because you weren't interested. You got stuck with that puzzle because you weren't interested in the solution.
I just,
You know what I mean? It's just like a more complicated.
There's
like,
just a moment. Let me put it this way: there's a moment. I don't love puzzles. I don't get
Yeah.
excited when I get to a puzzle area
Got
in any video game.
Sure.
And there's always this moment whenever I'm playing myself. There's always this moment of like, okay, what I hit the red, and then what happened? And I don't feel like I can do that when I'm demoing something,
Sure,
especially if I'm
right.
demoing something where
Yeah.
like, Blood's waiting to play Link's Awakening. It's not, it's like, it's just a different kind of vibe. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just going to do what Damiani tells me to do. And it was fun because one of the other Nintendo PR reps and Damiani were kind of like going back and forth. People like, no, I think it's that switch. And they do something. So, but it didn't necessarily take that long. This was not a bit long gameplay demo. Actually, of the stuff that we checked out at Nintendo, it felt like the shortest of the lot. And admittedly was not the thing. If I could cherry pick any of the experiences from Sword and Shield, I'd be like,
Why the gym?
Get me in those wild areas
know.
right now. But I think that would be much more open-ended. Like, there's no guarantee necessarily that like you're gonna see in that demo the stuff that they want you to see. Like, you could maybe like only encounter like one or two things.
This is why the Breath of the Wild demo was genius. They
Yeah,
said
just
go
go,
nuts.
go. Yeah.
They needed
Pokemon should
snappy
just-
demos. They gotta get
Yeah.
all those people to that booth. Yeah, they gotta move it along.
So
Yeah.
So we run in. One of my favorites, and I gotta admit, I remember you when Sun and Moon came out.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, you see those tweets, Kyle, about Sun and Moon? You were like, no. You're like, I'm not. I want to meet those Pokemon in the game.
Yes.
And I remember there was a part of me that was like, I see where you're coming from, but it doesn't really concern me. When was it Impidimp?
Yes.
When this
Yeah.
pink dude pops up, I was
Yeah.
like, I see what you're saying, Kyle.
Yeah.
Because I had not seen this guy online, and then just one of the trainers threw him out when I was going through the gym, and I was like, now this guy I can get into. This is great, and he's fairy dark.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
I think Dark Fairy, but
Dark Fairy, right?
Yeah. He's a
and-
little devil. It's just a little skinny
Yeah.
devil,
but he's very like flat. Like his ears
Yeah.
are very just kind of like like little flat things like stuck in his
strangely
head.
proportioned, little skinny arms.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he's gonna be so good. I can't wait to catch that thing.
The other reason why I think this was also kind of tailored specifically for a weird demo is it's a water gym, and I did not feel a water prevalence. Like
Oh, got you.
the gym leader had Dreadnought, which is water rock.
Yeah.
I can look that up
Water
for you,
Summit.
actually.
Earth,
Yeah.
Rock, or Earth. I forget what they call it in Pokemon. I've had too many fantasy games.
It is
today.
Water Rock. Good,
Yes.
Jones. Nice.
I can't tell you what that's weak to, but I at least remembered some of these
What's
types.
fun is that electricity would be like, sorry, dude, I'm half rock type.
Yes.
Yes, cool.
And so, but the other thing that was strange is the first trainer I met threw fire type at me, and I was like, okay, that's
Yeah.
weird for like a water gym. So it
Like
was
Impidimp, there's no reason for that to be in there.
so because it was water type, Sobble didn't have a lot to do. It was fun. Yeah, that was immediately just by default because I didn't check. I should have before I went into the
Well-
first battle. Check like what is that Pokemon I'm going to throw out first.
Yeah.
And it was Sobble.
I think Jones actually used the move that changed it to a water type.
Wait, what?
There's an ability. One of the his Pokemon.
Oh, right.
Sobble has an ability to temporarily change any Pokemon it's fighting to water type.
Right.
Ooh,
Yeah.
That's a
what
good
happened.
move.
Yeah.
How long does it last?
And he did it to a fire.
What was that fire type? I don't remember.
Not Eevee. Oh my god.
Vulpix.
Vulpix. Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah. He changed Vulpix to water.
Which was one of the only Pokemon in this that I recognized from other games. Everything else
Yeah.
was new. Was one of the newer Pokemon.
Or
And
new
I
to
did
you,
not
at least.
see the evolution of what's Eldegoss was not in
No
there.
Eldegoss.
Nobody had
Yeah.
Eldegoss.
Sure.
You gotta evolve the.
But I definitely did see Gossifleur.
Yep.
And Gossifleur and Scorbunny met in brutal
And you
combat.
had Scorbunny, right?
And I switched to Scorbunny, and
Yeah.
I love Scorbunny so much. Scorbunny's my jam.
Mm-hmm.
And one little element that I love about Scorbunny, the whole time, Scorbunny's out. He's hopping. He's
Cool.
like, let's go. And I don't know if it was an ability that I did, but I think there's one just general fire attack that he does that has a chance to up his speed. Either that or his speed just maybe will go up. Like he just
Might be his ability.
like in between turns, it just said it's like, oh, his speed went up.
Cool.
And it just made sense because he's just very very fast. Like in the trailer, he's just skipping all over the place. Yeah, just love the Scorbunny vibes. It wasn't until I actually got to the gym battle at the end that I started throwing out people just to do it. Corviknight was one that like I didn't, and it wasn't because Corviknight's not like my least favorite of the new Pokemon. I just like really wanted to not lose this battle, and so I was like always picking something that like countered the type or I knew wouldn't take a ton of damage. And Flying Dark. I
Sure,
don't know,
I'll
like,
check.
either one of
it out.
those just
Fine.
didn't seem to apply to the situation, and so I like brought him in right at the end to
Sure.
finally do the final attack
Flying
onto
Steel.
Flying Steel. Okay,
Okay.
onto Dreadnought. But and Yamper is that the little
Yeah.
electric
Yep.
type?
Yeah,
So
it
he's
is.
electric type, and I'm going up against water and rock.
Mm-hmm.
So I bring him out for the first time in the final battle
Yes.
right away, and then do a little lightning damage to it. He crits Yamper, does a ton of damage. Yamper goes into yellow, and I'm like, whoa, pull him out.
Because it used a
And
rock
then-
move against you, presumably.
Oh, okay.
Did it?
And then I don't remember specifically. And then I'm kind of trading stuff out. I kind of bring in some weird dudes, and it comes time and I bring out Grookey, and that's when I get my Dynamax, right? Does
You
it?
use Dynamax at that
Wait,
point.
in
Right.
the gym?
Yeah.
No, the
Oh, yeah, you
leader.
see
He's
that in the trailer.
He's talking about the leader battle right now.
Yeah,
by
sorry,
the
I'm
way.
at
He's
the
talking about-
end.
He's talking about the battle against Nessa up in the stadium.
And Nessa
area.
only had Dreadnought. That was it.
Wait,
Just had one Pokemon.
What happened in the gym?
So
You solved some puzzles and then what?
It fought some trainers and then got to the end.
there's like there's a stairway that goes up to like a door, and it leads to the hallway, and then you are in you are going down the hallway to enter the.
It has that, yeah.
the-
And you actually take
Kyle,
control. You can
like-
actually did a couple
It
circles.
was-
Like when you're walking into the gym, you actually can kind of look.
It was
at
clearly
everything.
a cut down version of what will be the final
Okay.
gym. It was obviously it's either going to be multi-segment or they just hobbled together something in that theme just to present at E3. Like it did not look like that was going to probably be
Right,
the final
like what a bunch
version.
of Willy Wonka nonsense
Yeah.
to believe there's a stadium full of people who are just waiting for people to beat the gym to walk up. To
Yeah, that's what it is. It's like Nessa just back in her own like little room, just like, like, is there a monitor?
Yeah.
Is someone call her on the phone, like on the intercom? Like, all right, another one just made it. Nessa, time to come back out.
That reminds me, though, actually, of all of the people that were challenged, and you spotted this, and it's just funny. It's a funny thing in 2019 to be excited about an RPG doing this. But one of the trainers, are you sitting down, Kyle?
Yeah.
Challenged me diagonally.
Oh.
So it wasn't just a straight north, south, east, west. Haha, you've crossed my path. I challenge
We're
you.
talking Metal Gear Solid Vision
Yeah.
counts.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We're adding 4 dimensions.
Which, I mean, like
to
Jones,
the hot challenging action.
it has been 20 years since I've avoided a trainer battle. Do you know what I mean? It's been 20 years since I went, oh, they found me, dang
Yeah,
it.
yeah, right.
You know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
always, I'm just trying to fight you. It's like, hey, nice, though. Yeah.
So I'm bringing out some people. I'm trying out some things. At this point I just want to see new abilities, and I got this is like 6v1. So like I know I got some Pokemon to burn. So
Sure.
I'm trying out some new dudes. Let me see if there's anybody I specifically missed that I haven't talked about using.
You had 3
Obviously I didn't have the
starters,
legendaries.
Provenite,
Brought out
Yipper,
Wooloo. Can't remember
and
Wooloo do
Wooloo.
anything specific. I don't remember what ability that I used. And again, I used Sobble at the beginning, but I got Grookey out when I get to Dynamax.
Okay.
So
So who Dynamaxed first?
So she, I did.
Oh.
So I Dynamax, and then she Dynamaxes immediately following it.
Of course.
And it just
The only
there was
strategy.
no big crazy ceremony. The icon just popped up, and I think he knew because even before I saw it, the PR rep leaned in and he's like, "You're gonna want to Dynamax this round." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." Or just pointed it out, like, "See that
you're
icon
gonna
showed
want to
up."
do this. So
I believe
so
you're
this was
gonna
the
want a
first round?
Dynamax.
You both Dynamaxed first round?
No,
No.
this was
Oh,
like
okay.
the 4th, probably 3rd or 4th.
Okay.
And so, pop it. Grookey gets super huge. Dreadnought gets super huge. The second round of Dynamax just annihilates Grookey. Like, hits Grookey with about 40%, and then just crits the hell out of Grookey. Knocks Grookey out.
No.
So I'm 2 rounds into this Dynamax, and I'm out.
You have the type advantage.
So yes, so he did his first attack was super effective.
Yeah.
And then whatever move it used, it was a rock move. It was this giant slab.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
that
he
falls
built up.
down, and it
He did the same thing twice.
When you're buffeted in like sand or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
did that to him, so he's taking damage over time as well. The second one of that did a crit and killed him, so he took like 50%
so he got
damage.
lucky.
Yeah, he got a
So I
crit.
just had a little bit to take off, but it just so he dropped him, and then he's still Dynamax, and I got I'm like, oh no, I don't want to throw something out and then not have something that, because at this point I'm not worried about doing damage. I just want something that's not going to take a lot of damage from this guy, and so I got one more Dynamax hit coming, and I'm just like Yamper, sorry buddy, and just throw him out. Just this little tiny puppy dog staring at a huge
You
Dreadnought.
can't heal in battle.
And
Or this is
he
demo.
couldn't heal in this.
Sure,
no healing
and
damage.
just
Yeah.
huge water attack, just just annihilates.
Yeah, just
Yamper,
like-
It's not very effective.
Sorry,
It's
kid.
just, yeah.
yeah, cute little dog. They had one. What was like the waterfall attack? There was some cool water
it's called
attack that a
waterfall.
couple of them would do.
Waterfall's
Yeah,
an
yeah.
attack.
Yeah, Magic
Where they
Carp
would-
used,
yeah, they would go up and-
that's
yeah,
right.
it would-
Goldeen used waterfall.
Goldeen, that's right. So that was another Pokemon, another classic Pokemon I'm familiar with.
Sure.
That was also in there. And then that's when I brought out Corviknight, and Corviknight did some, I think, Drill Beak, maybe?
Sure.
And
Drill Peck, I think we had there?
Drill Peck, and that
Yeah.
did a little bit, and that's when the guy was like, you're going to want to, Steel Wing or whatever it is.
Oh, got you.
And used that, beat it. Suddenly, me and of course the gym leader are friends now. Gives me the badge, and that's when Damiani pointed out, like, oh, the ring. Like, I
Initially,
wonder-
Nessa was not happy
Oh,
that
Nessa-
she
oh,
lost
of course.
to you.
Great.
She threw a fit. She had a little bit of
Well,
fit.
what-
It's like, why did
who
I?
doesn't
How did I lose to you?
yeah.
Like,
What leader doesn't throw a fit?
Yeah.
I thought like no. Some of them it's been like, oh,
I'm
good
so
match
proud
and
of
stuff.
you.
Yeah, they're all
Yeah, nice,
happy.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it gets there,
Yeah.
but initial reaction was like,
No, she came
I was
to win.
overconfident. Well, I was like, okay,
Sure.
a little salty.
And again, just always, it's probably just a super nitpicky thing. Pokemon fans are like, Jones, get used to it. That's just the way it works. But like, weird to beat her, and it's like, you had one Pokemon. Come on. Like just one against like my whole team, but obviously it's a demo. Like, and certainly it was really fun booting up that menu and having all of the new ones there, being able to go in and see their abilities, being able to scan all the Pokemon being thrown at me and see what types there were. I was actually thinking this morning, I want to make like Pokemon flashcards. I wonder if you can buy those that are just simple type, recognition.
make them for you.
Like. You don't have to do that, Kyle. I got index cards at home. I can do.
I'll make them
You're
for
like
you.
I've color coded them. I drew little pictures.
Yeah. Actually, that's a question. Sun and Moon did a thing where it would tell you which moves will be super effective.
No. Yeah.
So that's gone.
Well, there's I didn't see it for sure, but there's an information option where you can mouse over. You could
Y
hover
button.
over the other opponent's Pokemon to see their types and then the moves that they have.
What?
Yeah. So
You can see what attacks your opponent has?
yeah.
Yeah.
That is.
Oh wait. No, that might not be true. It might just be type,
the type?
and their stats and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Even that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. It'll tell you this. It's types. If it's one or two types, they're all two.
Not all two types, no.
Most of the new ones are now though, right?
Just for the gimmick? Sure.
Yeah, just for gimmick. And then it had a bunch of stats. I believe. I don't remember if it showed their moves or not. I don't want to like be. That's huge news, huge deal.
But I mean, like, even looking at them and having the Y thing to say, hey, this Pokemon is these two types, that's so much easier. You don't need the cards, Jones.
Well, I can see their type, but I don't know what it's weak against.
Got it.
So that's the thing. Like
Sure.
you'd give me like Earth, and I'd be like,
You need the tables.
water.
Yeah.
You gotta have
Or,
the tables.
rock. I think is like
The flow chart.
That's what's dumb is there's rock and ground, Jones, and they're not that different.
Yeah, rock and ground's what I was
And
thinking.
they're almost,
like,
and they're just
instead
not
of
even
Earth.
that different. Yeah.
Yeah, I always called ground Earth. Yeah.
But looks great. Definitely best looking Pokemon game I've ever played. Like doesn't look.
It's not the best looking Pokemon game I've ever seen.
Oh, what's the best
Well,
looking
all right,
Pokemon game?
You know what? I'll say Soul Silver, Heart Gold are best looking Pokemon games.
all right.
I think we have to discuss the big hubbub though.
Oh,
That you can't transfer any Pokemon into this game.
Yeah,
from
I
Pokemon
heard
Home.
these rumblings.
Well,
again, not something we asked the PR
Finish
people
that.
there, or
There's another qualifier to that statement you're forgetting.
oh my.
So there is a certain Pokedex number in this new game. If I have what was a Goldeen, I can transfer in a Goldeen. It's because it's like, oh, that's part of our what's it called? Galos?
Galar.
Galar.
Galar. If it's part
Your
of the
national
Galar
dex,
the Galar Dex,
A regional
I can
dex,
bring in
sorry.
that Pokemon. Pikachu presumably will come in just fine, but there'll be some
Oh,
limit.
we've seen in the trailer, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's the regional dex, but there's no national dex that you can't bring the national dex over anymore.
Yes.
Essentially.
Yeah.
And I think they also saw before I came in and confirmed that there will be no mega evolutions and no Z moves allowed in this either.
That's been confirmed.
I believe so.
Wow. So it's just a hard cut.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just give it the X. But people are really upset about this because that was the whole Pokemon Home pitch. Remember we talked
Yeah.
about this, John?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna get to bring my old
Right.
Pokemon from whatever back, and it's if it's not in that registry for Galar, you can't bring it in. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, I mean, obviously the favorites are probably gonna be there. But if like the classical favorites, what if your classical favorite isn't what the Pokemon Company says is a classical favorite? What if it isn't Pikachu or Raichu or Goldeen?
Yeah.
What happens then?
That's one thing I've learned is that every Pokemon is somebody's favorite Pokemon.
Yeah.
There will be so much heartbreak once they release the final list of Pokemon that can come on in.
If Farfetch'd isn't in this, I mean, is it over?
Yeah.
If Farfetch
Yeah,
is in,
you can
but-
play with Damiani. I'm out if there's
Yeah,
no
Farfetch is out and
Yeah.
Mr. Mime is in.
Yeah. I'm
Charmander's a lock, right? Right?
yes.
Right?
I mean, Charmander, maybe Charizard, but
How funny if you could transfer Charizard but no Charmander.
watch them not.
Yeah. There has been a Charizard. That guy
Yeah.
who's the best leader in
Yeah,
the world. Has
Leon.
Leon's got a Charizard.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, it's a factor. I'm on both sides here where it's like, hey, they gotta like cut off some stuff sometimes to like make a game unique in itself. But as Damiani said, that's what the whole sell of Home is. That's what the sell for Bank was.
Right.
Hey, you'll be able to take this Pokemon with you for the rest of your life.
And
so
Cell
it's a-
specifically because they just announced it, you know?
Yeah.
So it's odd to like, you know, get the marketing for this game going and then announce this database on top of it and then say like, oh, they're not actually doing anything together. It's like, then why now are you? Because it isn't
Yeah.
Home's like
Next
we're
year.
getting this game this year and then
Home is next year.
Home's next year.
Yeah.
So it's like what weird.
Yeah, I'm
I wonder
already
what that's setting up for.
out on Home before all this news. When I found out that your Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, those specific ones,
Are stuck in Home.
cannot come over because
Yeah.
the restrictions they want to place on them for transferring. I said, oh, I was all excited about that. I had a personal relationship here, nice friendship bond with my Pikachu, looking cool and stuff. Couldn't wait to roll out in the Galar region. Not going to happen. I was like, all right, buy a Pokemon Home. I don't care about you anymore. And now this information is like, okay, fine. You know, you do you. I'm just going to have to treat every Pokemon as this, you know, sterile little, like, you know, instrument to help me conquer, you know, the Pokemon world instead of a cute companion who's going to form a friendship with me.
Yeah, they're goldfish instead of dogs now. You're like you're goldfish, like okay, I love you, Herbie, but like you're gonna die. You know what I mean?
But, like, on-
dogs, you can love for longer.
For me, and again, this isn't like a my like take or a debate really. It's just like there's so many new Pokemon to me that I'm still discovering that like I don't think this will affect my enjoyment of the game.
Oh sure.
Which like is just my stupid experience.
Yeah, but I got Jones. I got a squad of elites. I have a squad of high level Pokemon who I love dearly, and it's like I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop to find out like which of my elites I can bring in. Scary, dude.
Yeah. And menu was pretty. Going through the menus and stuff. It was nice. It's nice and clean.
Yeah, they did some good stuff with Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee as well. Like instead of using the like fly HM and stuff, you went to that like Pokemon special menu and had like a cool stylized kind of like logo for like the balloon share thing you you rode.
Yeah.
And then like going surfing or whatever, using water, like riding on water. Like they had really cool like logos and stuff and like the special in it like.
And that's been incorporated into this game?
Well, I'm saying like before, like I think they're building off of like that style where they're going a little bit like flashier. They understand that like menu design can go a long way to appealing to you.
It's such a bummer to me the demo is a gym.
Why?
I mean,
To me, like,
yeah, I just think it just makes sense. Like what I played, I was like, that's an E3 demo. Like that's the perfect thing that people can go up and check out. And then, and the more I think about it, like for me personally, like both of us were just going nuts over those fields. It was like, oh my goodness, yes. This is so fresh. This is such a different experience. Like I want to check that stuff out. But I imagine like if you were to roll the dice, like on what would make, not roll the dice, but like if you were to try to figure out, like really get in the mindset of like your average crazed Pokemon fan that's like, I just want to check this game out. To me, I would imagine it's all about the Pokemon. It's like, I got to throw out Wooloo. I got to do it, you know? And like, would I necessarily get the opportunity to do that if you put me in a situation where I can just kind of free roam around this area?
Yeah, man.
As opposed to just like, you're in the gym, there's a trainer, fight it right now. And
there's a Pokemon, I'm going to fight you right now.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing with the wide open area, it'll be nice to walk around. I won't disagree with you on that point. But the concept, they said, to encounter anything, it felt like meaningful. Like you got like weather will change once a day.
Yeah,
and
they're
then,
not going to experience that.
Like, are they going to speed that up for you? Like, oh, today was like, oh, today's day you can maybe see one of them. Good luck finding it in this giant area, and you just come across the same like, you know,
Damiani,
Pokemon over and over again.
How soon you've forgotten the Breath of the Wild E3 demo?
But
where they didn't care if you ran into rain or
But
not.
the difference is in Pokemon, you're just going out. There's no dungeons to find. There's no like items to find and equip that like change the dynamic of combat. This is just going out to catch and encounter Pokemon.
There are no items to equip that change combat? How dare you!
Kyle, it's still combat is still choosing a move or choosing an item to use. It's not revolutionizing or like radically altering that, Kyle.
I know.
Like I didn't find a shield and now I didn't have a shield yet. Oh, I got a shield. I can go surfing on it. Oh, what? Oh, okay. I got a lightning rod. Okay, I got a fire sword. Oh, it burns things. Like there's not good. I don't think you have that level of discovery and immediate gratification. I think Pokemon's going to be more methodical. It's going to be, I'm going to learn to I'm gonna have to track Pokemon. I'm gonna have to like learn about the weather patterns and what region they're gonna be in, and then it's gonna lead to those raid battles. Like they're not gonna let you do raid. Like if it was a raid battle, they would have let you just do the battle.
They had to show
itself.
Dynamax some way.
Yeah,
they
so
had to show
Kyle,
Dynamax.
my disappointment was not seeing those max raid battle. I thought that should have been the demo.
Ooh, I
That
totally forgot about those.
Three other people.
Yeah, have them connected
multiplayer.
even.
Three other people. Way interesting. They could have used all. The best part of this is that they threw in all these new Pokemon for you to use right away.
Yeah,
you had the
your
3
party's full of
starters,
6. Yeah,
and
cool.
you had 3 of the new ones they'd been talking about so much, and you got to see them in action, and that was really good. And you got to see Dynamax, which, you know, maybe it's a gimmick, whatever. We finally get to see it in action in real time, which is like, okay, now I can judge it on that. A max raid battle would have been way better. But for me, maybe I was ignorant before. I didn't know they were having traditional puzzle-based gyms again. Yeah. I was like, how do we get to the gym leader? How do we get to fight, what's the other ones we saw named the boy? Milo, yeah. I was like, how do we get to Milo or whatever? And now Nessa, it's like, you just walk into the gym doors and it's like, oh, here, walk out onto the field. Like, what's that about? And now it's like, there will be traditional things there. I'm like, okay. I like, what a way to answer it by letting me experience it. And it wasn't anything new, Jones. Right. I'll give you that. But they kept it really simple and fast. Like here, it exists.
I think that was the name
is.
of the game.
Yeah,
it's the same. No, but here's the main course you want to get to.
I just I got to know your impression of being a professional athlete within this world.
I definitely, you can definitely feel the scope of. We were talking about maybe having like replays or just some kind of like cinematic quality to the actual like gym leader battle, and I didn't get that vibe, but I definitely felt like the impact of the size, like when the gym leader comes out and you both like cross the field like in front of each other, you definitely felt like a big event. And like you made a point earlier that like, you know, when they blow stuff up and just paint it red when it goes into Dynamax, like it doesn't necessarily does the best service like to some of these Pokemon models. But at the same time, like when Grookey like landed after getting really big, like I could definitely feel like the earth, like when the, you know, like it started like popping up out of the ground
and then
when it
looked
was
the
like,
exact
you know,
same a second later.
Stop it.
Okay.
I definitely felt. Oh, and the way that they sounded, like, you know, Grookey like was still like squeaking, but it had like, you know, kind of like a bass to it, and definitely Dreadnought was, you know, very, you know, imposing.
Yeah.
With his size and stature, and so I enjoyed that. On the 80th time, I don't know if I'll enjoy it obviously as much.
It seems to me they have like a max height. And so the smaller ones grow more than the taller ones do.
Yeah,
it kind of seems that way. It's really weird.
And I think with the fields too, like if if we do a gym and then we have the leader, we know everyone's gonna be fighting the exact same number of people. Everybody's gonna have the exact same party. Like it's gonna be a setup that everyone can compare notes.
Yeah.
Where I could just see some people being like, yeah, I only encountered like 2 different types when I was out in the field. It's like, well, I encountered 8 types, and it's like, well, what is it? Or like what? Like
That's what was beautiful about Breath of the Wild.
but that was the point of Breath of the Wild. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing that when you compare those notes, it actually makes the game better. But I think just judging by Pokemon fans, from what I understand about this franchise, I think that could actually run into some issues where people are like, I was actually not really thrilled by, I didn't see as many types as I was expecting.
You just saw a bunch
you
of
didn't
Wingull.
have those
Yeah.
expectations when
Yeah,
you
you'd
were
have a
running
bad
out into the
time.
world in Breath of the Wild. You were like, I don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
Whereas I think people, when Pokemon fans like go into that first area, they're going to be like, okay, how's this going to work? I just think they're much more have much more discerning opinions, and I think they can really kind of get to the nitty gritty if we're all kind of funneled through this very similar experience. Plus the puzzle aspect, which is kind of fun. It's just something else. Like if you
It's
went
not
into
Pokemon
the
strength,
field,
though,
it'd be
right?
fighting catch, and then you're done. The demo could potentially end when you're right in the middle of trying to catch something, or you see something. And demo's over.
Yeah.
Where like this had a very satisfying finish. Like, aha, I won that battle. Shook hands with her, got the badge.
I get you.
E3 2019.
Yeah.
I have a locked and loaded Game Freak rant that I think I have to pocket. We got so many other game coverage to do. Like tonight, I think I have to put that one in my back pocket. and
Yeah,
save
maybe
it.
this scratches it, Kyle. I was just gonna say the reason I'm so against a demo of the wild area.
Yeah.
I don't think Game Freak has proven themselves that they're capable. Like nothing in their track record has shown that they can like deliver an excellent experience, like open world environment experience like that.
Yeah.
Whereas Zelda, I had way more faith in what I had
Sure.
seen in
Yeah.
in the pedigree there,
Mm-hmm.
and I would worry that they would just make a really boring, bad demo for that, and that's something you're probably gonna want to spend a lot of time in. It ultimately could be good, Kyle, and I just don't think they were going to make it work in a demo, and it might have done it a disservice when it ultimately might actually be good, but you're going to need like an hour or something to really deep dive into
get it.
that.
The other thing too is, and this is just me, but like I hope the wild areas are kind of dull, like just kind of like relaxing. That like
I'm actually with you.
that
When
you
people
do
say
that
it
you're
looks
just
empty, I'm like
you're
way
just
cool
like,
with that.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
no, I already caught that type. I don't know. Ooh, what's that guy in the distance? As opposed
Yeah.
to just like, hey, what's going on? Hey, I have a quest for you. Hey, exciting things constantly happening.
I'm actually with
And
you right
again,
there,
like E3 demo, I only have a couple minutes to spend with this thing. Do I want to do something that's like relaxed?
I get you.
That's why I think I don't know if I don't know if IGN got hands on with Animal Crossing, but we didn't.
Guaranteed they did, dude.
It again, I if they had some demo you had to wait in line for, like I don't know how satisfying this version of Animal Crossing would be to play in 10
I saw a
minutes.
video they have. There's like an IGN store that you can like go to.
We're so fitting with this conversation.
I see. One last thing, Kyle.
Yeah.
Really disappointed. No special like entrance for like the final gym leader battle. In terms of like they don't come out to like music or anything like that.
Jones was telling me they have a special entrance.
No, isn't it just the? It's just the.
Oh, I'm sure it's the
our
same
character
entrance that
does.
every single.
Got it,
Yeah,
got it.
like I want, I want to get when my rotation gets up, like I want to like, can I pick a song? Can I have? Like,
Yeah,
like
I get you, dude.
yeah,
A
I want
sound
to like,
effect.
yeah. Where's my rep? Where's the rep mechanic in this game?
Okay, so real quick before we
like
go,
WWE games. I want to edit my intro.
Yeah,
I'm gonna run down each of the Pokemon and tell me like good Pokemon, bad Pokemon.
Okay.
Grookey,
I like him more now. Actually, he's growing on me.
Damiani,
good.
Scorbunny,
Fantastic, great energy.
Damiani,
Good Pokemon.
Sobble,
Good. I wish I'd used him more. It was a water gym, but adorable, of course.
Damiani,
Good Pokemon.
Wooloo,
Good. It didn't. Wooloo didn't really fit this battle.
Pokemon,
Yeah,
best
Wooloo didn't really fit this
Pokemon.
battle. I wish I had. I wish I could utilize Wooloo in a situation where Wooloo could kick some ass.
Damiani.
Wooloo is meta.
Cool. Is Soak the move that you use to turn it into a water Pokemon?
Yes.
Got it.
Ooh.
Gossifleur,
Bad.
Sure. I had fun because it was a flower and I had Scorbunny.
Dreadnought.
Bad.
Very imposing. Not
Bad?
Bad.
Whoa. What's bad? It looks awesome.
Yeah.
No.
It's very imposing as
A
Joe
heavy.
said.
I don't like
a heavy for sure.
Sharp angles for like
The-
its jaw and stuff. I don't like that.
Real turtles have that.
I don't like that.
Oh,
Nope.
Corviknight.
Great. Yeah. There's interesting design wise because there's not like a lot of depth to it. It's pretty much just kind of one tone.
Yeah.
Which would be interesting to see if there's any other Pokemon that kind of carry that style of just being like like drenched in shadow.
Yeah.
But yeah, badass
Damiani.
attitude.
Bad Pokemon.
Oh man.
Jeez.
I don't.
Somebody's got,
I
This
don't
is
like
great.
how I don't like how it looks. I think it looks bland and boring.
Yamper.
A lot of spunk with that little guy. He's got a heart on his butt. And he was my only electric type in the group, so I definitely utilized him. I was glad to have him.
Damiani.
Good Pokemon.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay. He wears his heart on his butt. Impidimp.
A fantastic Pokemon. Really great style.
Damiani.
Good Pokemon because it doesn't look like a Pokemon.
Mischievous.
We won't talk about the legendaries, and we're in the demo.
Oh yeah.
And again, the something Goss, Elagos.
Oh yeah, didn't count that.
Wasn't
You
in
already told me
there.
you didn't see her.
So yeah, thank you very much, Kyle
Thank you.
Bossman,
Thanks
for
for
chatting with me about
Thank you for checking it out, Jones.
Pokemon. Again, apologies to people who either are tuning in on Twitch or watching this archive who were just like, "Oh, cool, more Pokemon news," and like, yeah, this is not not necessarily the takes. This is the guy that you got to play Pokemon. This guy who can't remember
Jones,
what moves there were.
Don't
and-
discredit yourself that way. I think your perspective is valuable to many of our audience.
I mean, I certainly had fun. This is going to be on my my shopping list no matter what. But it was exciting. Yeah, exciting to check it out.
Cool.
Thank you, Damiani, for the tips while I was going in, for helping me with the puzzles and telling me what stuff to pick.
Yeah, I was texting Kyle. Kyle was just like, Damiani, wow, Damiani, that. Like, why have you ever reviewed a Pokemon game, Damiani?
No. Chat was saying that when I didn't recognize the move Soak when you originally described it. So we all get that. We all got
okay.
that. Yep.
Okay.
We're all cool. We're all friends.
Yep. And none of us know a thing about Pokemon.
Yep.
We